everybody. It's Rick down in Charlotte. Welcome to this week's episode of the Street Smart Millionaire. Well, I will tell you, Monday was a crazy day. The stock market was up about 2%. And then today, the market's kind of flat. And I wonder why. Here's what I will tell you. Instability in the world causes fluctuation in the stock market and interest rates. So the world and the economy and the stock market want stability. So right now with the tariffs up and down, with the wars going on in Israel and Russia and Ukraine, with all the fighting between the Democrats and the Republicans, I think has caused a very unstable world. And I will tell you, for me, what I do, I put my head down, I plow through. So when I invest, here's how I invest. I save 20% of my paycheck for 37 years. First, the money goes in my 401k, then it goes in the stock market. So if I have filled the 401k for the year, which I already have, then all the money would go in the stock market. So the first Wednesday of March at 1 o'clock, I bought the S&P 500, I bought the QQQ, I bought some Microsoft, I bought some Amazon, I bought some Meta, and I bought some NVIDIA. So those are my normal stocks that I buy every month. Now I have two portfolios. I have a portfolio that my stockbroker manages, and I have a portfolio that I manage. So he has 5 or 6 things, and I have 5 or 6 things. Now, throughout the month, I'm curious to what's going on. So I look at the stock market in the morning, I look at it at lunch. Around 1 o'clock every Wednesday, I'll decide if something is on sale and I want to buy it. So instead of shopping online, I'm shopping in the stock market for stuff that's on sale. So, gosh, will I buy anything tomorrow at 1 o'clock? I don't know. It depends if I look at all my stocks, if something seems like it's really on sale. Now, Friday, I sold my Boeing. So I've been buying Boeing for about 8 months. I bought it all the way down to like 135. I sold it for 182. I made a 23% profit. I was happy. So if Boeing goes up from here, I won't care about. I only care that I bought it. I kept it long enough to make a good profit. I got out of it. So Boeing was not a long-term hold for me. Boeing was a trade. So now I'm out of Boeing. So now I've freed up some liquid cash. So if I want to go in tomorrow, I had some liquid cash to go in the market. I'm a big owner of Costco and Apple. I sold about a third of my Apple at $235. I sold about a third of my Costco to $1,050 because I thought they had reached a high price. Now both of them pulled back. Now, both of them are rerunning back up. I don't know how high Apple will go or how high Costco will go, but listen, I think those are two of the best companies in America. I think they're well run. They're super profitable. I mean, I shop at Costco and I love it. I think it's just got everything imaginable. So for me, if I'm going to love their technology, buy their stock. If I'm going to love their products and I'm going to love shopping and love their experience, I'm going to buy their stock. So I buy things that I believe in. Now, I think that before I can invest, I got to earn. How do I earn money? I'm in the mortgage business and I'm in the real estate mortgage coaching business. These are the two things that I do for a living. And then I'm a consultant to a very successful man. So I have a consultant job. I have a mortgage job with about 38 loan reps. I close about 180 loans a month. I've got a coaching program with about 400 clients. And I'm always doing everything I can to make those businesses better. Thursday, I was in San Diego. Thursday night, I worked all day Thursday. I flew to San Diego Thursday night, got there about 10 o'clock, met with some clients, had a big show Friday with about 250 people, drove 3 hours, did another show with about 70 people. Now the real work begins. I fired all these people up about how to make money and how to work and how to get clients and how to take care of clients. Now I got to follow up and I got to get them to come with me. So I have a subscription for $99. Everybody of the 400 should go in the subscription. I have a level 1 coaching for $750 a month if you're under 10 million. I've got coaching for over 10 million for $3,500 a month. And I got to find the clients that need to hire me. So here's what I will tell you. I think everybody needs help in every area of life. I think you need help with your fitness, help with your marriage, help with God, help with your money, help with your work. I think everybody's got to get help. But most people don't want any help. They just don't want any help. They just know it all. They just don't want any help. They're a flat out expert. And it drives me crazy. You know, I'm dealing with a bunch of employees this week, and I'll tell you a story. So I built a new house. really nice, dream house, built it about 2 years ago, moved in July. The pool's been leaky. So I argue and I call, and they're like, it's evaporation. I said, listen, this lives in 2 feet of water in a week. That's not evaporation. So finally they come out and say, oh yeah, it's leaking. They tear out some tiles. 2 weeks later, they say, oh yeah, it's fixed. I said, great. Come out and clean the pool and fill it. He said, oh no, we want to do the tile first. I said, no, you're not doing the tile. I want you to clean the pool and fill the pool, and let's see if it's still leaky. If it's not leaky, then you can replace the tile. But if it's leaking, you need access to the pipe so you can fix it. And the guy that owns the pool company says, you know what? That's a good idea. So here's what I will tell you. Most of the world does an okay job, and they get an okay paycheck. And they always feel like, oh, there's no opportunities. It's not fair. It's not my fault. It's somebody else's fault. Here's what I will tell you. I know a lot of overachievers. I probably know 200 people that make $1 million a year. That's a lot of people. I probably know 5 people that make 10 million a year. I know 1 billionaire that I know pretty well that I talk to on a regular basis. So I've got a pretty good grip on why most people make money and why they don't make money. And I will tell you this is like, if you have a steady flow of good leads, I mean like good leads that are interested to do business with you. If you hire a good team to deliver a really good experience and you manage the money really well, good P&L, good personal finances, you're going to succeed. Now, I look at the basics. I did a training today for a bunch of realtors, and here's where I start. It starts with your vision. So for me, if you make less than 100 grand, your vision is to make 100 grand a year. If you make 125 grand, your vision is to make 250. If you make 300 grand a year, your vision is to make 500. If you make 500, 600, 700 grand a year, your vision is to make $1 million. So step number 1, you got to have a clear written vision. Simple. 1A, you got to know how much you make per unit. And then you got to divide your income, your vision by your units, tells you how many units you need. Then you got to figure out how much staff you need to deliver a world-class experience. I will tell you this. Most people want a business that happens without them. They don't want a business that happens because of them. I'm not a business owner. I'm an operator. Like, I'm out there doing events. I'm following up with students. I'm coaching people. I'm pissing people off. I'm apologizing. I'm working on delivering a better experience. I have thick skin. I don't really get my feelings hurt. You could say anything you wanted. You could say, Rick, you're ugly. Rick, you're mean. Rick, you're rude. You could say anything you wanted to me, and I would take it like, depending on the source. If you're somebody like, I have 3 main people that I have to get approval from. My mentor and coach, my wife, and my boss. Those 3 people, whatever they say, fact. Anybody else says something, there's some truth in everything. So something they say has some truth in it, but it's not always the truth. So here's what I will tell you. I look at business and I say, am I transactional or relational? Do the people I deal with like me, know me, and care about me? Do I like them, know them, and care about them? Or is it not? That's what I want to do. So I chose to have a relationship business. So I will tell you this. When I call people, I have to be interested in them and know about them. I have to be valuable to them and bring some value to their business and life. And then I got to close them hard. Those are my philosophies when I'm doing business. So in the lending business, we got to get in front of realtors. In the real estate business, we got to get in front of local business people and local homeowners. In the coaching business, I got to get in front of a lot of realtors and lenders. In the consulting business, I got to get in front of some really, really wealthy people, because only wealthy people hire consultants, because consultants cost a lot of money. So I'm a mortgage man, I'm a coach, and I'm a consultant, and I'm an investor in the stock market. All areas that I look at to make me money to accumulate my wealth. Now, my wife's birthday was Sunday, so I got home Saturday night off the plane from San Diego. I took her to brunch. I got her a couple presents. We played with the animals all day on Sunday. We had a nice evening, quiet, relaxing evening at night. She got lots of calls. She got some presents. It was a good birthday. Now, on Monday, I went right back to work, and Monday I made 55 phone calls to people that were in the San Diego event or people that I know I needed to talk to. Today is Tuesday, so I've been in meetings all day. I've made about 22 outbound calls. So before I'm done today, I will make another 20 outbound calls. So for me, I average 40 outbound calls a day. This is how I sell. I believe if you plant a lot of seeds, you're going to pick some fruit. So I believe you plant a lot of seeds with people you like and know. I was just talking to one of my loan reps a little while ago, and she says she has horrible follow-up. Well, if you have horrible follow-up, people are going to think you don't like them. It'd be like you're single and you go on a date and you don't call the person. They're going to think you don't like them, period. That's what it is. That's what it's going to be. That's how it's going to happen. So you have to have great follow-up. You got to say thank you. You got to send cards. You got to buy presents. So there's a number of sales calls you got to make a day. The minimum would be 10 a day, 20, 30, 40. If you ever worked in a call center, you got to make 100 outbound calls a day. So I make about 40. The brokest of people don't make any. But if you make 10 a day and you're not doing well and you're listening to this podcast and you make 10 outbound calls a day, you will start your journey of hitting your vision and building your business. So, but there's a number of outbound calls every day that you have to make to get business. Now, the more calls you make, the more business you're going to do. The better calls you make, the more business you're going to do. I was talking to one of my young coaches who's working really hard to move up the coaching ranks with me. Right now, he coaches my entry-level employee coaching, and he has 38 closings this month in March. 38 closings. It's unbelievable. It's a gigantic month. He's the busiest of all my coaches that work for me. He has the most units closed. I have a realtor this month that is 14 closings for $22 million for $475,000 in revenue. Now, he spends about $80,000 a month. So he'll literally net $395,000 in a month. I have some people that are breaking some unbelievable records. Unbelievable records. My number one student made $1.4 million in the month of February. I just got his P&L and graded it. He made $1.4 million in net income after expenses. Now, did this just happen overnight, or was this a 20-year journey? It's a 20-year journey of vision, drive, process, systems, accountability, celebrate, failure, move on, start over. So this is the journey of wealth. Now, you make it, then you save it. So you make money, then you save 20% of your paycheck every month into the bank, the 401k, and the stock market for 30 years you invest. 30 years. You save 20%. You invest that money. That's how you accumulate wealth. Wealth takes at least 20 years to accumulate. And people get frustrated after 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. They get frustrated. Now, I don't get frustrated. I'm not very educated. I'm not very smart. So for me, hard work is mandatory. Now, I love hard work. I think the Bible says you have to work hard. So I think you have to be a hard worker. I think hard work starts at 50 hours a week and could go up as much as 70. So if you're not working 50 hours a week, you're not really working hard. If you're working 60 or 70 hours a week, you're working really, really hard. I have a guy that works for me that does pretty good. He makes about 200. He's one of my trainers in my level 1 coaching program, does really well, been with me about 9 years. And he's older and he's had a lot of jobs and he's worked a lot of hours in his lifetime. And he's always telling me lately how hard he's working. I asked him today, how many hours working? I'm putting in at least 47 to 50. That's not hard work. Hard work is like 50 to 70. If you want to make money, you got to sacrifice. You got to work really hard. Now, I know this show is about wealth and balance. So, Rick, you're talking about me working more hours. How am I going to have balance? Well, let me help you. You're going to be laser focused when you're not work on God, spouse, children, friends, gym, community. So I work like a dog. And then when I get out of here, I play hard. So I want you to know that I am building cars. I am farming. I'm in church. I'm in my community. I'm going at it with my kids and my grandkids. My granddaughter just called me this morning, said, Papa, I want you to know I got 4 A's on my report card. I pay $100 to my grandkids for every A. Now, the last report card, she didn't call me. My daughter called me, and I didn't do nothing. My grandkids want Papa to pay them for grades, they got to call me. I told my granddaughter, congratulations, I owe you $400. You need to get your mom to drive out to the farm this weekend, and I'll be glad to hand you $400, and you can go buy whatever you would like. But if them kids don't come after that money, they're not going to get it. Just like you. If you don't go after that money, if you don't go after them clients, if you don't make them sales, if you don't follow up, you're not going to get that money. You're not going to be able to save 20%. You're not going to be able to invest it in the stock market. You're not going to make a difference. So I want to talk today about 3 words that matter to me. Number 1, we already addressed is vision. I want you to write down what your vision is for your job. What do you want to make? Break down how many transactions you got to do, what you got to do on the job, and go attack that vision. So the first thing I want you to write down is, what is your vision at work? Second thing I want to talk about, what is your mission? What is your mission? What is the task at hand that you got to do? And then I want you to write down what's your purpose. So for me, I will tell you mine. In the coaching business, I want 400 clients that net $1 million. Right now, I have about 340 clients, and I have about 130 that make $1 million. So I need a bunch more clients that want to get to $1 million. They want to do the work. They want to sacrifice. They want to hit that number. For me, that's just my vision. It's not the right vision or the wrong vision, but I want 400 clients that make $1 million. In my mortgage business, I want 40 loan reps. I want to close 240 loans. I want to average 6 loans per loan rep. Now, in the mortgage business nationally, the average is about 1.8 loans per loan rep. So I already have 37 loan reps, I think, today, and I'll probably do 175 loans. So I'm averaging, I got to get to 240. So because I've been around a long time and I'm a little older, my visions are within reach. So I don't set these BHAG visions that are so far hard to get to. So that's my vision for the coaching business and my vision for the mortgage business. My vision for my stock portfolio is to make 10% net gain a year. That's all I want to make is 10%. I don't need to make 20, 30. I want to make 10% every year. Then my money will double every 7 years. That's my vision for my stock portfolio. Save 20% into the stock market, have 2 simple portfolios, grow 10% a year. Now, I have vision. Really clear about my money and my job. I also have visions about my marriage, my kids, my grandkids, my body. Everything I look at, I'm like, what's the vision? What does it look like finished? That's what a vision is. Now, I have a mission. For me, I decided a long time ago, my mission was going to be other people's money. The guy doing this podcast, I want to help him make more money. I want to help him save money. I want to help him pay off his debt. I am addicted to the mission of OPM. Other people's money. If you're in any business whatsoever, if you're addicted to other people's money, they will be thankful and they will be appreciative. It's just a fact. That's the key. So mission is other people's money. So my vision, my mission, my purpose. Early on, I'll be honest, my purpose was to make a lot of money. Then my purpose was to have a really good life. My purpose was to create a retirement. Then my purpose was to have a legacy. I did all those things. So I needed a new purpose. So I thought about it. I was up on the farm and it was late at night. And I'm like, why did God put me on this earth? What am I supposed to be doing here? Why am I here? Gosh, that's a great question. And it takes some reflecting and you got to look at it. You got to think about it. Why am I here on this earth? And I said, clearly, I'm here to create disciples. I love Jesus with all my heart. The last verse in 3 of the 4 Gospels says, go to all the nations and spread the word. So I want to create disciples. I want to teach people about Jesus. Number 2, I want to create millionaires. Just so you know, I've had 767 people make $1 million under my authority. This is through my coaching company and through my mortgage group. 767 people have netted $1 million under my authority. I'm proud of that. That's something that I'm really good at. That's part of my purpose, is to create millionaires, create disciples, create millionaires, and teach like bells. So when you write down vision, mission, purpose, don't come up with 9 lines. Come up with a couple words. Mission, OPM. Vision, 400 clients making $1 million. Vision in the mortgage business. 40 loan reps closing 240 loans. Mission, other people's money. Purpose, create millionaires, create disciples, teach like bells. Vision, mission, purpose. I think if you can spend some time on these 3 words and you get some clarity on why you're doing what you're doing and how you make it happen, this is what it takes. So I will tell you this. I do 2 big events a year. I have an event coming up in May. on the 14th, 15th, 16th in San Antonio. I'm $5,000 to come to one of my events. You got to do over 20 million to qualify to come to my event. I was in San Diego, and two of my guys who were introduced to me. One's David Fletes, a realtor, does about 60 million. The other's a lender, Alfonso de Ladigo, does about 100 million. And they were both talking about their journey when they met me and how hard it was to pay $5,000 and how they took a leap of faith. David was losing his house, owed a lot of money to the IRS. Now he's going to make $1 million this year net for the first time ever in his life. Alfonso was selling cable TV in a rich neighborhood. Now he lives in that neighborhood. I'm just telling you, the journey starts with a leap of faith into a programmer or person that you believe in. You surrender to their authority. You surrender to their process, and you blow up. Now listen, if you're with me, I guarantee you I'm going to piss you off and I'm going to offend you because I push the envelope really, really hard. But I think that's what it takes. You got to break some eggs to make some omelets. So, this is what I believe in. This is what I think is important. Pick a number of sales calls you're going to make every day. Hire accordingly. Don't be average like the pool company. Don't be average. Be an exceptional employee. Go above and beyond at whatever job you have. Stop worrying about you're not being recognized. Stop worrying about you're not getting great opportunities, and just be exceptional. Just go to work in the morning, be excited about your purpose, be exceptional on your job. Just do a great job today. And I'm telling you, eventually, it will be recognized. Now, it may not be recognized the first day you're exceptional. It may not be recognized the 70th day you're exceptional. But if you continue to be exceptional on your job, it will be recognized. If you are exceptional with your spouse, and your God, and your children, and your community, sooner or later, it will be recognized. But you've got to be exceptional. So, this is my thoughts for the week. Street Smart Millionaire, Rick Ruby in Charlotte, North Carolina. Have a great, prosperous, and happy week. See you later. Bye.